I'm in. I'm in.
There you go. You said it properly.
Welcome everybody. I am going to tell you guys right now, this game is no longer vanilla. It is modded.
It's no longer pure. It's been tainted.
It has just a few mods. There's no big overhauls or anything like that. I didn't want to like completely change the game. You know, we're not playing Skyrim here. We're like, I've played it so many times that I'm sick of the base game and I want to like completely turn it into like a Dark Souls adjacent game. No, none of that. So I will say the list of mods that we have, and then I will probably, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'll probably have a link to a text file or something like that that has a list of all the mods. But there's not very many. Number one, the mod, this up here, you can see equipment and quick slots. Just because again, the mods that I have included are like 100% just the stuff that we have been complaining about, just quality of life crap. Getting this stuff out of my inventory is so
presumably
nice.
the devs aren't going to address.
Yeah, the devs are not going to address this. They've said as much, like they literally said so. So equipment and quick slots. I have a mod to let me. Where's my? There it is. Plant everything. I can plant everything. And I can also make nice like rows of things. Because it's dumb that we can't even plant berries or anything like that. So we have that. I have the mod that lets you build and craft things from nearby inventories. We'll have to see how that goes. I haven't actually tested it out yet. I'm sure it works. There were settings to make it like a larger radius or not. We might have to do that, but we'll see. But yeah, we can craft and build. We can also smelt things, like if you're adding fuel to a smelter, that fuel can come from, you know, a nearby chest. Let's see what else. Lost Joke wanted plan build, which you can see. Plan hammer.
Plan build and like more or less plant anywhere, but I think that was like mutually agreed upon.
Yeah. Plan hammer. So plan hammer, what it lets you do is it lets you basically build as like a translucent, like almost like a blueprint thing, and then that way you don't have to worry about like shit not working out and having to, you know, mess with the building. And then once you have everything the way you want, you can build a little totem and then just put materials onto the totem, and other people can put materials onto the totem, and then it will get built. You can also share blueprints and stuff. I don't know what else is going to do with that, but there you go. We have a mod to let multiple people access a single chest at once, because it's weird that you can't do that, but we can do that now. We have
like big, strong Vikings. There's only enough room for one Viking in front of a chest.
We have such huge hands. We have such huge meat hands that only one set can go in. We have craftable chain. Chain can be crafted. Chain isn't that hard to get, but it's weird that you can't just take a couple iron ingots and make a chain. So we can do that now. It's 2 iron ingots.
I mean, it's a little bit weird that we can't just find iron out in the world. We can only find scraps of like already processed iron.
Yeah. Plant easily goes with the plant everything. It lets you plant stuff in grids and nice rows and stuff like that. We have so there's a mod called wield equipment while swimming, but we only have it. I specifically have it for tools only. So we can't wield weapons while swimming, but we can wield various tools. A hammer, probably the hoe, and the cultivator. Although I don't know why you would want to wield a cultivator while swimming, but you have the option.
Maybe you want the underwater sand bakes to be nice.
Maybe so. Fast teleport. Fast teleport is just so when you teleport using portals, or when you go into a dungeon, the game kind of has an artificial load time. Like it has this little fade in and fade out cutscene that doesn't need to be there. Like it's not part of loading. It's just, you know. So fast teleport just basically gets rid of that, and so going through portals and going into dungeons is much faster now. Don't know if it affects death. I haven't tested it. I don't want to test it because I don't want to die. But there you go. What else? A couple more. There is a mod called More Gates. It just adds a few more kinds of doors and shutters and some trap doors that that Kyle was wanting. That's about it. I think it adds a couple of slanted core wood logs, which is something that I wanted for a while. It feels like that's weird to be missing that in this game. It's like an oversight, but this adds it. That's it. That's all it adds. And then finally, at long last, the last thing. Dynamic storage piles. Dynamic storage piles, basically, it costs however many wood or anything else to make a little pile, and then it actually acts like a container. And if you have more wood in there, it'll look like it's a fuller pile. If you have less wood in there, it looks like it's a less full pile. But you can open it up and just use it as a container, unlike the default wood piles, which you have to like break fully to get stuff out of, which is kind of weird. We also have, there is another mod that goes in with that does that for ingots as well. You can make ingots with that behave the same way. Ingot stacks that behave the same way. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all there is. So there's, as you can see, not a lot. Not, you know, not any big, huge things. Just quality of life stuff. Just stuff to make our lives as dead Vikings a little bit easier. If you don't like that, we have a modded playthrough, well, you know what? You can play the game. You can play the game yourself. Play it however you want. Oh no, Lost Joke, you've gone rogue. Lost Joke, your mic has gone rogue. Yeah. It's very like crunchy. It's like someone's running fingers across the microphone every time you talk.
I thought a demon was talking.
That too. It's nighttime. What time is it in nighttime? Is it like, it's about midnight time? We need to go hunt more things, hunt more serpents. What are you cooking?
Black soup. I think I'm gonna go to the plains.
Already?
Unless somebody wants to go with me to the mountain for more stuff.
We still haven't explored the caves in the mountain.
There's a cave close to the
I haven't marked.
tower, wasn't it?
Yeah. If you want to go there, I'll go.
Yeah, I'll go there. I don't know what's in there. I actually have no idea. This is one of the few new things that we have that we haven't actually done yet.
If I had to take a guess, it's going to be awful.
Probably gonna kill us, to be honest. We're probably gonna die. We are probably going to die.
Speak for yourself. I never die.
True legends never die.
Who's ready to go?
I went full Soul Edge narrator there.
I'm going.
Okay, I'm going. Let me eat something. I have plenty of food. I just need to eat it. There we go. It's like directly northwest of this base.
I've seen it before. And I currently see it.
I've repeatedly watched 2 steps and immediately had something try and kill me.
Good. I mean, that's Valheim, isn't it?
I don't remember it being this bad last time we played.
That was really quick. I opened it.
That was probably a bad idea.
Just released. Zarian. There are a lot of bats here, and they're hard to hit. They're not doing that much damage though, so. What's this? Crystal. Leather scraps. Oh, the bats drop leather scraps the same as boars.
I mean, there has to be like other things that now drop leather scraps because we've never not reached a point where we don't need them.
I'm gonna go down. It's slippery. Careful. It is slippery.
Is it cold in there?
Probably.
Probably, but I mean, we have
wolf stuff.
yeah. Is that it? Just these crystals? Wonder what the crystals are for. Ah. Bat, get out of here. Cannot hit this bat.
They're just called crystals.
This is crystal. That's what it says. I
It's
have
the same as
8 of them.
dropped by golems.
Really?
We've already had some.
What do you use crystals for then?
There's a crystal battle axe, for instance,
Oh.
that you don't want because it's two-handed.
Yeah, I like using a shield. I like being able to parry. I mean, I know you can parry with the two-handed, but like, not as well. Doesn't like stop as much damage.
You're not going to be parrying like large monsters with a weapon unless it's a very, very strong weapon, meaning a tier or 2 higher.
There's a door here. There's a door and a fire over here.
Someone build something there?
And we're gonna see. Hello?
Hello?
Meat pile. Oh, I got just 2 entrails from this meat pile.
That's a former Draugr place. Or something else.
Meat pile.
It is nighttime. Be careful. We might have to deal with whatever those werewolf things are.
Werewolf things aren't
We're in
that
the
bad.
cave.
The werewolf things are easier than the regular wolves.
I think
Be
I see
honest.
a nest.
Yeah, I don't know what's... Is this something that we can... No.
Apparently I'm above you.
Yeah, we're in the cave.
Oh, in the cave.
You can just use a regular weapon for that, by the way.
You're gonna fall.
Ah!
Told you.
Well, okay. I'm gonna climb back up, though.
Okay, I have a dragon egg.
Nice.
But I'm being currently chased by a rock monster, so
Go in the cave. We're,
I
like,
don't
right
know
here.
what the cave thing.
I have it marked, and it's very obvious to see where it is. We're like right at the entrance, so you know.
Well, as you know, mountains are hard to traverse.
It's also literally visible from the portal base.
Apparently it's not.
Right up on the hill. Yes, it
It
is.
is. Yeah, it very much is.
I've wandered that spot. I'm dead. And, no, it's not obvious.
I didn't say it was obvious. I just said it was visible.
Did you look in this box, Craig?
Oh shit!
Oh no. Oh, there's werewolves in here. Oh my god, there's 3 werewolves in here. Come on then. Ow.
Ooh.
I fell. Blam. Just one-shot that werewolf.
Well, looky here.
What do we got? I think
Mooter.
Motor. It's not even in this mountain.
Of course not. Why would it be
It
there?
usually isn't.
I guess so. Did you check that box that's upstairs, Craig?
No.
Let me go check that then. It's very tiring climbing these stairs. Ooh. Ooh. Don't wanna fall.
Another door down
55
here.
coin, 10 obsidian, 6 jewels, 3 silver necklaces. Oh, we can build a treasure chest now. I assume that's not modded. Did you go down there already?
There's a
No, I
door
don't
down
think
there. Is
Do you want to go to there, or do you want to go up here?
there anything else up here?
Yeah, there's a wall. There's another door here too. Actually, no, this is
So, when you die,
There's a door,
you have
though.
two tombstones.
Is this a wall? It is. Yeah, one is for the stuff in your quick inventory. I think your quick things.
It just said equipment.
Oh, that could be it then.
Ancient cave markings.
That's interesting. It's labeled, but we can't interact with it.
It doesn't seem like it.
You know, I've died here so many times, I don't know where I'm going.
It's literally northwest. You know what you could also do?
No,
also,
to my
is go...
my tombstone. I have so many tombstone markings here. I don't know
Well, you
which one
can
I'm
get
going.
rid of them. You know, you can get rid of the old ones.
Well, no, it gets rid of all of them.
No, it doesn't. What are you talking about? You just right-click them on the map and you can get rid of them one by one. And also,
Again,
if you want to know where the cave is, Lost Joke, I also marked it
don't
on the
care about the
cartography
cave.
table.
The cave is not on the table anymore. I only care about getting my stuff. And like I said, I've died here so many times, I don't know which one is mine.
Whoa! Okay, they're magic werewolves. They're magic werewolves. I'm a little bit on fire. Jesus Christ. Careful.
Coming to the mountain was a mistake.
You think this is a spawner?
No.
Oh. Fenris hair times 4. Fenris hair, Fenris coat, Fenris leggings. Those are things that we can build now. No more Fenris hair. Hot damn. More Fenris hair.
Fenris claw.
Fenris claw.
Alright, if I
On
manage to get my
trails.
stuff, I'm not coming to the mountain ever again.
Okay. Well, I have 19 Fenris hair. 1 cultist trophy. 7
Hey,
red
knock
jute.
down these tapestries. We get jute from them.
Oh, I can get Fenris hair from this too.
I left a present for you guys.
There we go.
I'll let you guys sort that out.
Got 26 Fenris hair now.
The braziers drop bronze.
Nice.
Nice, you say, and then you walk right by one without destroying it.
I mean, you're the one getting the bronze. We can split up the loot so we can carry more. We may have, you know, freed up a few slots thanks to moving our equipment away into their own things, but like, we still have limited slots.
You totally missed a room.
Did I? Is that not where we came from?
No.
Oh. Plenty of bone fragments here. Lots of entrails.
It's like you stumbled in some sort of monster wolf den or something.
I mean, we did, exactly. And also, some of them use magic. Also, Kyle is muted. I hope he knows this. Muted.
Yep.
Okay. There's nothing here. Oh, this is more,
Some of them use flamethrower
monsters.
magic.
Yeah. What's the name of the spell in Skyrim? Where you just throw flames?
More ancient cave markings.
That's basically what it is. It's like the basic destruction spell.
Fireball?
No, it's not a fireball. It's just like you put your hands out and you throw a bunch of flames. It's just like a flamethrower from your hand.
I think it's just called like flames.
Yeah, could be it.
Did you go down?
No, I went back to where we were because apparently there was a bone pile that I didn't get, and it gave me another silver necklace too. I will come down now, though. Kyle, we're in a cave in the mountain. It's like just northwest of the mountain base. It's marked on the cartography table if you want to grab that.
I'm gonna focus on getting
Where'd you
food.
go, Craig?
I'm at the door downstairs.
Oh, I didn't. I must
Waiting.
have gone the wrong way. I went the wrong way. Hold on.
I can hear wolves on the other side.
Did you say there's wolves after you?
Yeah. I'm not cold though.
I'm not really very
Oh.
hungry either. Oh,
It blew the door up.
it's fine. This isn't doing very much damage to him.
I'm very on fire.
I'm also very on fire. Jesus Christ. It's another shrine down here. Or hares. Lots of hair. Should be able to make a set of this Fenris stuff. I wonder
I think
what
it's
it's
a
like.
new armor set that was added recently.
It is. I mean, this whole cave is new since we last played. This whole cave
I think
like system.
it might be like an armor set bonus if you're wearing 3 pieces. Or I could be wrong. Or it could be an equivalent to the silver stuff.
There's another shrine over here too. I wonder what the Fenris claws are used for. I mean, a weapon, I'm sure, but like, but what?
It could also be used for maybe a cloak.
Oh shit, I'm carrying
because
too much now.
The deer cloaks use bones, so maybe they're using the claws.
I have some iron on me somehow. Well, I don't think that we need, like...
these air things again.
I don't think we need a billion bones. Like, I think we're okay on bones. So I'm gonna get rid of one of these stacks.
I am full.
I'm also very full. I'm gonna go back, I think, and, drop some stuff off. I think this might be all there is in this cave anyway. I say that, and yet there is another way to go. Oh no, it's dead end. Yeah, I think we might have finished this cave.
I will warn you, there may or may not be company back at the portal.
I love how instant it is exiting caves now. I don't see shit out here, Captain. Oh.
There's a wolf.
There's a wolf
In there.
inside. How do you let there be a wolf inside, though?
Because I was running for my life, and as I turned to close the door, he charged and killed me as the door shut.
Still have two things
Yeah,
in
your
here,
stuff
by
is
the
here.
way.
Yeah, I know. I said I died there.
Well, it's safe now.
Safe-ish. I do hear a dragon out there.
There is also a drake out there.
I'm...
Safe enough.
There, I have like one iron that I can't take with me. I don't know where I got it, but I got it. Wonder if we need silver for this Fenrir stuff.
We're about to find out.
Probably.
Fenris hood, hair, pelt, cultist trophy.
Well, I have one cultist trophy. No, I have two cultist trophies.
We do need wolf pelts, unfortunately.
That
For all the
is
Fenris stuff.
unfortunate. What does it do? Here we go. Fenris coat.
Resistant versus fire, fists plus 15.
Resistant versus frost. Not fire. Oh, it is. It does say resistant versus fire. Wait, so it has both
It
frost
makes you a
and fire?
monk.
Oh, I see.
No, there's no frost.
There's a frost on the coat. Damage modifier resistant versus frost is what it says.
Oh,
I guess you get if you wear if you're wearing 3 of them, you also get resistant versus fire. But you need to wear all 3.
Yep. And it makes you a monk too.
Well, what's the there must
Movement
be
speed.
a
Plus 3%.
there must be a weapon to go with it then.
No, it's fists.
No, there must be a weapon to go with it.
That doesn't even make sense.
Flesh rippers. If claws work for wolves, why not for a Viking? Fenris hair, Fenris claw, and silver. 10 silver. Two-handed. They're Wolverine claws, basically. They do 60 slash damage. Which is quite a bit, considering how quick you can punch with your fists. Parry bonus 6x? Doesn't block that much, though. The block is only, it's only 5 block armor and 10 block force, so that's 6x is a total of 60 block force. Which is technically better than the silver shield I have now, but you do have to parry it. and you can't block because the block armor is only 5, which is like nothing. It's like you have to parry. So yeah, pretty much it turns. If you want to be a monk in Valheim, Fenris armor it is. Fenris armor and the claws. I'm gonna admit, I'm tempted. But the Fenris armor doesn't have very much, like the armor isn't that great. The actual armor value of it.
No, but it makes you faster.
It's true. So basically, you have to be a dodge boy. We have to be a monk, basically. If you use Fenris armor. Interesting, and again, admittedly tempting, but we would have to get more wolf stuff, which isn't that hard to do, to be honest, at this point.
We need more wolf pelts anyway.
You know. Where should I put all this crap? We have room for it somewhere?
In here's fine.
What do we use the jute for? I do have one of these. I got a tail too. Oh, it's an old trophy. This crystal in here too. This in here. I'm gonna take this other stuff back to. Give me those. Cause I'm gonna take it back to the castle to make stuff. Although next time it's nighttime, we need to go out hunt serpents.
Oh,
So
we
we need
can
more
make a
serpent meats.
crystal wall. Is that a mod?
I don't think so. Could be.
Okay, so
I don't know.
Use crystal to make a crystal wall.
We have so much. We have so many entrails now. It's ridiculous the amount of entrails we have. We are not wanting for entrails. Let's put this here. Oh, I need to AFK just a second. Is it getting to be nighttime or is it getting to be daytime?
Night.
Let me repair. I think we should go hunting. So I'm gonna go to the castle and wait on a boat. But I need to AFK a second. So I'll just get on a boat. Does it matter which one? Just one of the big ones. I'm going this one.
I also need to kind of AFK because my attention is being demanded.
I will be right back.
You gonna come hunting serpents, Kyle?
No. Kind of pointless to have so many people on the ship.
return. I need to eat. I did try to find a mod. There were some mods that made it so if there were like other people on the boat and you were going like against the wind or like had the sail up, that the boat would go a little bit faster to simulate them, you know, like rowing. But none of them seem to work with the latest update, so unfortunately could not use any of them. I know that was something that Craig was looking for, maybe. Like it was perfect too, because it wasn't just like a straight up like boat goes faster when the sails are up. No, it was like if you had people on the boat, then it would go faster if the sails were up, and you were not, and you didn't have the wind. Oh,
Serpent.
Here we go.
but unfortunately, does not work. Really, I missed. There we go. Got him. He is pulling a bit. I am halfway down. Lost Joke, you might wanna harpoon.
I got it.
Okay, tell me when.
My stamina's not going down, even though
It's because he's going with us. He was pulling away from me, but if he goes with you, then your stamina doesn't go down. But if he starts like really pulling, your stamina will go down really quick. And he's
just kind of coming with us.
yeah, he'll start pulling when we get closer to shore.
Okay, now he's pulling. Get ready to harpoon now.
Craig got it, I think.
I need somebody to grab him.
Shit. Got him.
Oh,
You got him. That's fine. As long as someone has him. As long as someone has him.
it's kind of in a bowl. Alright, I'm pulling to shore. Oh, get him, get him.
Got him.
Somebody has him.
I got him. Careful, there's a shaman here. Someone got him. Nice.
Dead.
Oh, this yummy serpent meat. If you pick up any serpent meat, give it to me. I'll cook it. I got some scales. I'll give it to Craig in a minute.
I got nothing.
Right here, Craig, have your scales. Get him?
I don't know if we even have any use for scales anymore.
Did you max out your shield?
I have moved on from that shield.
Might as well get some.
Yeah.
Never know.
But they don't have wood for a workbench because the ship needs repairs.
Yeah, also the ship is sliding out. Let me...
Bing.
There we go.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah.
Give me back my wood.
Give me back my wood.
Not picking anything up weirdly.
Are you full?
There's a
No.
setting where you might have Set it not to pick up automatically.
I don't mess with my settings.
There might be a hotkey for it that you accidentally hit.
I have a very HP-centric loadout of food. I think I need to get some more stamina. I need to eat more vegetables, I think.
I don't see an option for turning that on or off.
Might not be in the options. It might just be a hotkey.
Toggle auto pickup is V. Oh, that's one of the quick keys.
That is probably why then.
Can I, like, undo it? No. Oh, shit. I accidentally bound it to escape. What if I do... N? There. I bound it to N. I don't think anything else uses N. Are we all satisfied with the mods that we have?
I mean, we haven't really used them yet.
It's true. So for some reason my quick keys are labeled as 1, 2, 3 instead of BZVB.
Yeah, that threw me off because I started hitting 1, 2, 3 when we were testing it, and I was like, they're not working.
I think there's let's see. Does that help? No, doesn't. There's a way to set what it does, but like it's not working. I wonder if I have to like restart the game to do that. No, I'll just remember ZVB for now. I think someone else on the Nexus forums was having the same issue. I assume it's just a bug.
You're a bug.
Oh, it's daytime now. Alas. We got 15.
But it's raining.
Oh, that's true. You know what? You are correct. It is raining.
You are technically correct, which is the best kind of correct.
While you were both AFK, I asked if Kyle was going to come with us, and he said, no, fuck you guys.
Oh, that sounds like him.
Or it could be Kyle's dealing with food.
Do we need food? Rather, I need to set up a bigger supply of vegetables or something.
What are you looking to do?
Set up a bigger supply of vegetables.
You were
Oh, I
very,
can do that.
very quiet.
Yeah, you need to. I know you have that new arm. You need to keep that mic near you. You need to face it. Face the mic.
It's in the exact same position as when we calibrated it.
Really? You sound a lot quieter than when we calibrated it.
He sounds about how he was before the new mic for me.
Maybe you do need to turn it up a little bit. I mean, you sounded fine when we were testing
I mean,
it. You do
yeah,
sound
but we
more quiet
weren't
now.
playing a game or anything, so.
It's true. I mean, I can make a bigger vegetable farm. We have plenty of vegetables. In fact, if you look at one of my chests, we have like a lot of carrots and turnips. Get here, fish.
It keeps
Fish.
raining and then stopping.
Fish. Get it.
Could be we're like on the edge of the storm.
We're on the edge of this biome. It could be a biome thing. We're in Black Forest right now.
I thought you were going to say black water.
Okay, I put it back to 80.
Alright.
A lot better.
We're still in Black Forest, by the way.
I know. I'm going back to the castle.
Oh. Well, I'll go back and busy myself making some more serpent stew. Actually, I need to cook the stuff here first.
I think today might just be like a building day for me.
Yeah.
Building
Could
and
be.
setting up different farms.
I mean, I do have the vegetable farms, you know. Done.
Yeah, but you don't have as much space as me.
Yeah, but we don't need that many. Keep in mind, we're getting
Yeah,
double
well, I
the
know.
stuff.
Well, numbers go up, so...
And like I said, we have like over 100 of every vegetable right now, like as it is.
Why can't I just have a nice vegetable farm?
I mean, you can have whatever you want. I'm just, you know, if you're looking to just get vegetables, I have plenty. So apparently, Dune 2 came out.
Yeah.
The,
So
it's an RTS game. Do you guys know that?
so
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you,
Mm-hmm.
I never really got into Dune.
No?
No.
Have you ever seen it?
I've seen the original. I recently, yesterday, watched a lot of movies. So don't know if I really like Dune. So I know you're quite familiar with it, and I know certain things of it just because there's certain things of, you know, just culture you can't avoid. So
Okay, what do you mean by the original?
the 80s one, Sting.
So you're basing your opinion on that?
That's a good movie, though. It's a terrible adaptation, but it's a good movie.
I
To be honest,
kind of
it-
want you to sell me on Dune because I am actually kind of really interested in it.
Well, I was also going to say another movie that is a terrible adaptation, but a really good movie is Blade Runner. To be honest, people are gonna be mad that I'm saying this, but I'm sorry. Blade Runner, as an adaptation of the book, not great. As a movie itself, absolutely wonderful, but as an adaptation, not good. It doesn't really hit the same notes, to be honest. Anyway, Dune. I'll tell you this much. Dune is, I think, rightly considered to be equivalent to Lord of the Rings in terms of its influence on the sci-fi genre. You know how Lord of the Rings influenced fantasy. Dune is that for sci-fi. So there's that aspect of it. Dune, I don't know. It's. You can read. I think if you want kind of generally a complete story, you can just read the first 2 books. There are 6 original books by Frank Herbert. I would not bother with any of the newer books because they were, I don't know. They add to the lore, but they're not great. I've heard. I've only read a little bit of one, and I just couldn't get into it. It's like it's just like someone else trying to write their fanfic version of more Dune stuff. But if you want like a good, yeah, if you want like a good kind of complete story, the first 2, maybe 3, pretty much it's just the first 2 books, are pretty good if that's all you want to do. The books do get progressively weirder as they go. It gets into weird stuff, but I still found it to be very interesting. I don't know what do you like?
Well, I went in because it's like I have no like real knowledge of what Dune is, so I was just like, well, I watched the one with Sting and Patrick Stewart, and I was just like, it kind of lost me. Like, I understand it's kind of like a slow burn, but it's like I'm put into this setting. I have no idea what the stakes are.
Which version did you watch? Because there are multiple versions of that movie. Some have a really
I've
long
watched the 80s.
start.
I've watched the 80s one, and I've watched the new ones.
No, that's not what I'm asking. There are multiple versions of the 80s movie. Some of them have a really long bit of exposition at the beginning by the princess.
No idea. I literally saw
really
that like
have anything
10
to
years
do with
ago.
anything, but
I saw
weird.
that version like 10 years ago, or whatever version. I didn't realize there was more than one version because all it said on the program was "Dude."
There's a really long. It's like 3 and some hours long. That has a lot of like added scenes, and it has like a really long exposition at the beginning where the princess keeps on like fading in and out and like telling you stuff about the world. It's just weird because the princess doesn't really have anything to do with anything in the movie. She just kind of exists, and I don't even remember if you even see her in the movie, to be honest. I don't know. You kind of have to. I would say give it another shot. You can watch the regular version. It's fine. If you want more exposition, find the longer version. It's not necessarily, it's not required, I think, to necessarily enjoy it. But if you want a more modern telling, then yeah, watch the new one. Watch Dune Part 1, because they split the first book into.
You watched that.
I did. I said I watched it. Yeah, I literally said I watched the new version, like the.
And you weren't into it?
It's still the same thing. It's like I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the stakes are.
Well, they kind of explained the stakes.
Yeah, were you actually watching it or not? Because it doesn't sound like you were.
Yes, I was.
So it's like
I figured I'd ask people.
It's not really esoteric. It is really esoteric. I watched that movie with family members, and they were so confused by what was going on.
Like I have, I guess,
a general. Personal.
I have a general, I guess, Cliff Notes idea of what's going on, mostly through just, culture out there and just osmosizing information from all around me. But it's like,
right.
I'm just lost. It's like I don't understand the significance or the gravitas of.
All right, I will tell you what the setup is. I'll tell you what the setup is. The setup is there is a galactic, you can call it an empire. It's a civilization. It's a big civilization. It's ruled over by an emperor, and it has a number of large houses of very powerful planets, making up kind of the government sort of. Now to keep the civilization going, they of course need space travel. Yeah, they need to be able to travel between stars, and the only way to do this is to use what is called they call it spice. They sometimes call it the spice melange. I don't know if there's like other words for it, but that's basically what it's called. And the only place that this spice is found is on a planet called Arrakis, which is also known as Dune, hence the name of the movie and the book. So the Emperor, what he does is he sends these big houses to oversee Dune and the gathering of spices, and like one house has control over the planet, and they work for the Emperor. And sometimes the Emperor will, change their mind. Sometimes I can't remember if it's on like a schedule, like they will change it sometimes. But the Emperor will also just, say, I don't like this house anymore, give Dune to this other house. Like, he'll just change it for, whatever reason. And so the movie starts. It was...
A lot of that is not really necessary, It's more background.
Lost Joke literally said he wasn't sure about the gravitas. He wasn't sure why Dune was important. I'm telling him why Dune is important.
The stakes, those are the esoteric stakes, but the stakes are much more personal.
Well, I'm also not done, so you could just let me continue instead of interrupting me as well. So the movie. I'm just saying, you know.
I started and you started.
You didn't start. I didn't hear you say anything at all.
I was trying to say something.
And what were you trying to say?
Right at the start of your long spiel.
What were you trying to say?
Like I said, the stakes are personal. The House Atreides, the Emperor doesn't like them. So he does something where it's like he's giving them a reward, but it's not. He gives them control of Arrakis, knowing that the house that had it before will be pissed and wipe them out.
I mean, you're also kind of starting to get into spoilers here, which I was trying to avoid, but, I was trying to give him the start of the movie and not, like, an hour into the movie. I know, but, like, I'm still,
We're explaining the stakes of the movie, but he already saw it.
He's going to watch it again. Probably.
I don't think that's really a spoiler either. Like, right at the start, Leto Atreides is like, oh shit, this is bad.
I mean, it depends on which movie you're watching, because the new one kind of takes its time getting to stuff that happens. It takes its time setting things up, whereas the old movie stuff kind of happens, not too far into it.
Anyway, if you don't care if Paul and Leto get murdered or whatever, then you're not going to care about the story, I guess. But that's the stakes. That's the real stake.
I mean, I was getting to that, but...
Okay.
I was going to say, at the start of the movie, the Emperor gives Arrakis to House Atreides, taking it away from House Harkonnen, who are very angry about that. And House Harkonnen is basically... they're evil. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Like, they're portrayed as being evil. The leader is portrayed as being evil. All of the big, like, lieutenants and minions are portrayed as being evil. They're all evil. And they, they scheme to try to take the planet back. And meanwhile, there's also the entire thing which Craig kind of left out about the Bene Gesserit and the prophecy there. Which itself is a little bit convoluted, I will admit. But there is a prophecy with Paul Atreides, the main character, Timothy Chalamet, or Kyle MacLachlan from the original.
Right, he's got just a normal ass sounding name. Because I remember it was being reminded, oh, his name's Paul. I'm like, Paul? Because I commented on another character. I commented on another character's name because I wasn't quite hearing it, because another thing, but this is just kind of like movies in general, is like they have like everyone's speaking very low to almost a whisper, and you try and turn it up, and then the music happens, and it just blows out your face.
That is a common complaint with movies lately. You know what doesn't have that is the original 80s movie doesn't have that problem.
I specifically pointed out that, hey, we should probably get one of those sound bars so that it kind of like breaks up the sound, because they think all the audio is coming from one source. Maybe if we broke it up, we have like subwoofer, all that stuff. So we kind of have a somewhat okay sound system. No, it's still a thing. It's like, damn, this really sucks. Anyway, there was a character I kept hearing their name being called, and I couldn't quite hear it properly. It sounded like Duncan. You know, like
Yeah.
Duncan McLeod. Is
His
it
name
really
is Duncan. Yes, it's Duncan, Idaho. Yeah, and yes, it's
So
meant to be like a really kind of extremely normal sounding name.
I was just like, what? It's really weird to have like uh, all of these, you know, setting appropriate names for things, and you got Paul and Duncan.
I mean, Paul's
It
mother's
felt
name is Jessica. I mean, Leto or Leto or however you want to say is also not that uncommon of a name. It's uncommon in America, but like, you know, not really that weird of a name. I mean, Baron Harkonnen's first name, as I recall, is just Vladimir. Or something akin to it.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be weird names.
Anyway, that's just my own little amusement aside, because very, very not very sci-fi sounding names.
There is one of the Baron's is he like his nephew? Is he his nephew? The Beast Raban is his name. Let's see. I want to make, you know, let's friggin' cultivate this entire area.
So I more or less figure Dune and the whole like franchise just kind of missed me.
I would give it another shot.
Maybe
Watch the original.
I'll-
Watch the original for its cheesy goodness. The original,
should
like I
probably
said,
just read
is
the
not
book.
the book. Honestly, the original, tone-wise, is pretty similar to the book. They do a lot of things that the book does with like the inner monologue. Do you remember them like whispering kind of their thoughts to themselves in the original? That's from the book.
again a bit when they did the whole like telepathy thing. I'm just that's the way I just wrote it in my head as kind of like telepathy. But that talking they didn't really help with again the whole audio thing because it's like, what? Speak up! You're mumbling. So, you know, I still it still leaves me in this place of like I kind of like once things started like rolling, I kind of sort of get the in moment reasoning of things going on, but it's just like, you know, to be kind of blunt about it is, you know, kind of like where's the point as me the viewer I should care. I don't want to make. I'm not trying to sound like really callous about it, but it's like, you know, as the viewer, it's like, where was my draw in? It didn't grab me.
If you don't empathize or connect with the characters, then you're not going to care.
Yeah,
I was trying to find the moment where it's like, all right, I should care about these people, but I didn't have it yet. And this will be like the second or third time I've tried to. All right, I'm going to experience Dune and to the best of my cognizant ability. So much that
if you're
I
not
understand
into it, then you're not into it. But
like I understand there's supposed to be like a craft survival / MMO set on Arrakis, and
yeah,
I'm like,
no,
and
fuck that game. To be honest,
my reaction to that, you know, that announcement was like, why?
that should be your announcement, to be honest, or your reaction.
I would say the point where you start to care maybe in that movie is when Leto dies.
Yeah.
So,
which unfortunately in the new movie happens really late, because the new movie is like almost entirely set up for that, and then that happens at the climax, and then the movie ends because that's the end of part 1. God, this is too many. This is pretty good.
and it mostly kind of came up because over the past week or so, I've been seeing a lot of posts and people reacting to the new Dune movie. So it's just like, I wouldn't call them really spoilers for me because it's like I'm not really like finger on the pulse as far as the
Well, I'm
things
also
go.
trying
So
not
it's
to
like
spoil it for people who might be watching the stream.
I am a special case where it's like you could spoil me because it's like I don't have context for anything. You know, I just know the little odd things that, you know, obviously everyone even remotely know of Dune's existence, or like the little fan things, you know, like fear is the mind killer, and he who controls the spice controls everything, and those little things.
Well, I mean, that's the stakes. Is that's the broader stakes? Is that whoever controls Arrakis is in
Now
control
I
of the spice,
forgot.
and so they can control the literal only substance that allows for faster than light space travel.
See, now I forgot what the spice meant. All I know is that it's only found on Arrakis. Um, and what the spice is, you know, I think it like comes out later, like what spice actually is. Um, and
A lot of
that,
this stuff you learn in the movie. Like they
and
do
then,
tell you that what it's used for, and they also tell you the other things that it's used for.
well, I mean, like what the spice comes from.
That is a little bit more mysterious on purpose. All you need to know going in is that Arrakis is the only place that it can be found.
Yeah, it's like Arrakis is the only place it can found. It's a terrible, terrible planet, and someone else said this, and I thought it was really funny. Is like Dune is as if like Anakin Skywalker didn't hate sand.
I
So
mean,
that kind of
everybody on Dune hates sand, to be honest. Even the people who were there
well,
hate
it's because
sand.
Arrakis sucks. What else about it? Controlling the spice, and the spice is integral to pretty much everything. And that's kind of it, just as far as like what I vaguely remember from my traipsing adjacent to the Dune property. Didn't it also have like a really old but really good RTS?
It was like the original RTS. It basically invented RTS as we know it. It was Dune 2. That was my joke earlier. That was my joke of Dune 2. Oh yeah, it's a really good RTS.
I don't like RTSs as we know them, so I'm gonna blame Dune for that.
I mean, RTS didn't exist before Dune 2, really. So, however you like them or dislike them, Dune basically invented them. Dune 2.
So overall, it's like I don't dislike Dune. I just kind of want to find that spark of like I get it. I get why people like it. So I'm every now and then dipping into it because like I want to find the interest. It's like the aha moment.
You could read the book, and I read all 6 Dune books, and I enjoyed them in like high school. I wouldn't necessarily say they're for high school students, but
No.
the first like 3 or 4 are, and then it starts getting really weird and crazy. And I wouldn't say that the later ones are necessarily meant for for kids, but
I will say this about the Dune Part 1. The art direction that they're going for, it reminds me a lot of Chronicles of Riddick. You know,
sure.
what were they called? The Necrolites or whatever, that race of people that you keep what you killed thing.
Yeah.
The Necrons.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I just forget what they were called. It's like a lot of the art direction, a lot of like costume designs and architecture remind me a lot of that.
You can also Dune also takes place like 10,000 years in the future. It's a little bit 40K like that, where it takes place like so far into the future that like there's a lot of stuff that's very different, but then you still have the stuff that's the same, like for instance the names, like Duncan, Idaho, and
My
Paul
favorite
Atreides.
yo-yos grown in potato farms. I mean, I can't really harp too much about creators coming up with names for their characters, like Akira Toriyama, who passed away recently,
Yeah.
named his characters after underwear, fruits, and vegetables.
Yeah.
And everyone's just like okay with this. Like he could name it. Someone says that he could have named a character Table, and we'd be like, yeah, all right.
Of course, it would be transliterated as Taburu, and we would people who were not in the know wouldn't even realize that his name is Table. Like Bulma's name is translated as Bulma, but like her name is Bloomers. That's her name. They translated it as Bulma because they didn't want to name her Bloomers. They didn't want it to be so obvious in English.
So on the nose.
How about Gematov Hyman from Gundam? How about Quattro Vagina?
Wait, is that how you say the last name for Quattro?
His name is Bajina. But here's the thing. In Japanese, V and B are interchangeable sounds. So like Vegeta, you'll hear them if you listen to the Japanese dub of Dragon Ball Z. You will hear them. You hear some people say it more obvious as Vegeta, like with a B sound. But that's just because it's like the the more commonly known is the R and the L, right? For Japanese, where R and L is very kind of interchangeable, just because of the way that it's pronounced. Well, like I said, the same is true for B and V. There is no dedicated V sound. There is a B sound, and that is used for V. And thus, Quattro Bagina could also be said or transliterated as Quattro Vagina. And indeed, depending on who's doing the transliterating on various marketing materials, you can find official materials that have his name in English spelled Vagina. So yes, his name can be spelled as Quattro Vagina. Vagina, I guess. So there you go. There's
How unfortunate.
The thing is, I don't think it was unintended. And I'll tell you why. There is it's famous in the Gundam fandom, this story that Tomino, the creator of Gundam, said himself, where when he was making Gundam, he had the idea, the annoying idea that the higher-ups in the company were not paying any attention. And this annoyed him. And so he started making wacky character names. He started making character names more and more wacky as the series went on, to test to see if the corporate people were even paying attention to the stuff that he was putting out. As it turns out, they were not.
Is this also another instance of masturbates?
Probably, yeah. Tomino, if you ever read into a lot of his interviews and you read about him, you can tell Tomino is an absolute troll. He trolls his bosses. He trolls the fans. There is a raging debate amongst fans as to whether two series take place, one after the other or the other one before, and Tomino did not help because there was kind of an accepted timeline already, and then Tomino during an interview said the opposite of what people were thinking. And now there is this debate because people take that as word of God, and other people are like, no, that makes absolutely zero sense. It has to be this other way because there's no way it makes sense. And the assumption is that Tomino did that on purpose. He knew exactly what he was doing when he said that. So that's Tomino. And so the weird names in Gundam, 100% intentional. Gematov Hyman, he knows what that means. He knows what that name sounds like in English. Quattro Bagina, 100%, he knows. He knows exactly what he was doing. So yeah, I am very sad about Toriyama.
A lot of people are.
It was so
But
sudden too.
apparently it was on the 1st of this month, and we just found out days later.
And we don't even know how. Like, we know the injury, but we don't know how he got the injury. I guess the assumption is he must have fallen and hit his head or something.
The thing that bothers me the most is that people are coming out and being kind of ghouls about it, and I mean using it as an excuse to put down Toriyama, like, oh, he's not that great.
I mean, he was. when
know-
a celebrity dies, there is a tendency for people to
Come in and
overstate. Well, that, but also a tendency for people to overstate, like, how influential they were and what they did, because that's just, you know, it's people being stupid. But Toriyama did a lot. Toriyama did a lot to influence a lot of things.
He was a part of the alignment of the planets to create probably arguably the almost perfect video game.
He was incredibly influential in manga. He was incredibly influential in anime, especially as regards to its popularity in the West. He was responsible for the art style of some very extremely beloved games, such as Dragon Quest, which is one of the biggest, you know, RPGs.
I think it was
and
Dragon
Chrono Trigger?
Quest that kind of like really brought up the surge of interest in RPGs.
I mean, Dragon Quest came out before Final Fantasy.
It was the RPG.
Yeah, it invented RPGs. Basically, it invented JRPGs. I'm sorry, Japanese people. I know that you don't like the term JRPG, but you're the ones who think it means a derogatory thing. Nobody in the West thinks it's derogatory. I don't know where they got that idea.
Games journalism and media. That's why it's considered a derogatory term, because that's how they used it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Moving on, it's like there are some artists I follow. One of them in particular is like they didn't particularly care for Toriyama's like style, not necessarily like a great influence on, you know, their part as, you know, pursuing an artist's career, but they understand that Toriyama is like was, you know, more or less you'd call him a legend by now,
Yeah.
just by the sheer global reach that he had.
I feel like the only person who was more influential than Toriyama in terms of manga would be Tezuka himself.
In fact, Toriyama was kind of responsible for other artists being in charge of like or being a part of like the art direction for certain IPs. I believe he picked the artist who went on to kind of like establish Digimon's look. He was, I believe it was Toriyama was approached to be the artist for it, but he decided against it and picked someone else for it.
Oh, is this where you got the egg from? I see it. Little nest here. Toriyama does have a very specific style. Like, you can easily tell when something is Toriyama or not.
It is entirely undeniable. He has this weird fusion of like having really simplistic character designs, but like incredibly well thought and detailed mechanics. Cars, planes.
Yeah.
Someone else in another Discord said, and like, you know what? Damn, this is kind of true. We won't see the way Toriyama made robots is so unique to him, and you know we won't really see that anymore.
I was seeing this trailer for a game that I did not even recognize. Like, what is this game? It was called Sandland, and I was like, what is this? And then it started playing, and I was like, oh, it's a Toriyama game. Like, easily, I can tell.
Sandland is one of my favorite kind of. I want to call it a short story because it does have a distinct beginning, middle, and end, and it's not nearly as long going as anything else. It was It had a run in Shonen Jump, and I believe I have all of the volumes that they were released in the US here, and I liked it. That's another weirdly unique Toriyama thing, is that dinosaurs, demons, anthro
Yes.
characters, and humans all just kind of coexist.
Yeah, they're just kind of there.
Which there was an in-universe explanation to why in Dragon Ball that you'd see animal people, and then when Z started, you didn't see them anymore. And it's not really like from the author explanation, but it was just a kind of a side comment Goku made, that apparently there was like a drug running around that could turn you into an animal, so it was just kind of like a fashion thing for a bit, and it just fell out of interest. Goku says. Just funny. It's like,
Goku
well,
wouldn't even know that. Goku's kind of dumb. Let's be honest.
he is
Goku's not the
kind of
smartest
dumb,
person.
but he did have enough exposure, and Bulma was like his best friend. So
That's true.
I'm
Bulma
pretty
made
sure
up for it.
she hammered in. I'm pretty sure she hammered in some basic stuff.
Remember when he forgot about was her name Launch?
Yes, Toriyama has admitted that he entirely forgot about Launch. But I believe I read somewhere saying that another thing about Launch that I think might have attributed to him forgetting about her was that her gimmick was a little bit too close to what he was going to do with Super Saiyan. The whole going from brunette to blonde thing.
Well, the whole reason that he even invented Super Saiyan was because he wanted to save on ink and having to color in their hair.
Yeah.
Because in the manga, it's just blank. He doesn't color it in. It's just an outline.
Oh, the things we do to save time, materials, effort.
And of course, there's the story about why Dragon Ball Super exists is entirely thanks to Dragon Ball Evolution, the terrible live-action version of Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Evolution comes out, and it does so poorly that it basically brought him back to Dragon Ball just for the sole purpose of making it so that Dragon Ball Evolution isn't the last thing Dragon Ball that's ever made. He doesn't want Dragon Ball to be remembered so poorly.
Flopping an IP so hard that the creator has to come out of retirement to correct the wrong.
Ooh, onion seeds.
A
Nice.
lot of that would have happened lately, except for the original creators are all dead.
Yeah. Speaking of, how about that Avatar live action?
Huh.
I've heard it's mediocre. I've heard it's nothing could be as bad as the movie, but I've heard it's very mediocre.
I think it's better than the movie, but that's not saying much. The bar was set so low. How could you fail worse? But it does things that. The big thing about it was I saw some people reporting about major changes that they were doing to the characters, which were the whole reason for the character arcs. Meaning they just had them be at the end of their arc already.
Yeah.
It was like you're just kind of taking away the journey.
That's a common thing with modern writers.
They don't want to write anybody with bad traits because they want all their characters to be beloved. But if the character doesn't have any bad traits, then there's no arc for them to, stop being bad. Which I've heard is the main thing with Sokka, the character of Sokka from Avatar, is that he starts out being very like only boys can be fighters and stuff like that, and of course he ends up changing his mind, obviously, but that's like his character arc. But he's not like that at all in the live action. He's basically just completely ignored that aspect of him, I assume, because they don't want a main character in their modern 2024 show to be any kinds of misogynistic, even though, again, he stops being that way.
The
That's
eventual
that's his
lesson
arc.
is that that's bad.
Yeah.
We don't want our viewers to have to think.
I think you're giving them too much credit with that motivation.
We also don't want to think. Thinking is hard.
I think you're getting closer.
Money.
Money. The D&D's new show is apparently out now, and to mediocre reviews.
So that is another movie I watched yesterday. I finally got around to actually.
I don't mean that.
Honor Among Thieves.
Yeah, I don't mean that D&D. I mean the Game of Thrones D&D. People who ruin that show.
Soiled it.
So what do you think of Honor Among Thieves, Ashok?
I think it was a great direction into. This is what like a D&D story should be. Now, I often make references to the first film with Marlon Wayans.
Yeah.
I had
There were
not
at
up
least
until
two of
yesterday.
those, I think.
I think there was the initial theatrical release, and I think there was a direct-to-video version because I did see another D&D movie, but I didn't know about that one. But Honor Among Thieves was actually pretty funny. It had some moments in it that gave me a good laugh. And a bit of a surprise, I did not expect them to actually reference the cartoon, but they did.
They did. I don't think that they
So that
referenced the old movies at all.
I don't think I saw anything that was a reference to that. Which I feel like I really wish they did, but there were some. It was a good movie. It was. I was pleasantly. I was entertained.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I think it came out at a terrible time, so it might not get like anything else from that.
Yeah, it was a bad time, and also I do think that a lot of people were assuming that it was just going to be bad like the old movies, because the old movies are famously bad. Like, everybody knows that the old D&D movies are bad, so I think
Remember that
it was
scene
combination.
where like the stone hole is closing and they need to get through it before it shuts, and it keeps going back to the hole, and it's more open than it used to be, even though it's supposed to be closing.
No, I don't remember that, because even though I have seen the old movies, I don't remember a goddamn thing about it, and I hope that I never do. I'm glad that I don't remember things about it.
But that's a funny thing to remember about it. It's
They
so
were
stupid.
very, I think that they were very, authentic with the way they did the new movie. Like, they really kept to the lore pretty well, and they kept even to, in some cases, the mechanics pretty well. Some, bending here and there. Oh, good, another golem here.
They seem to kind of have some people in charge that had a pretty solid idea of what they were doing, and execution was pretty amusing. Like there's, I believe, what was he, their sorcerer?
Which
basically that, I think it was the half elf, the
half-elf,
non-confident.
I think he was a sorcerer. He could have been a wizard, though.
He was the magic user.
Yeah.
Basically entertaining peasants by. I don't think I missed the audio, but I think he was just basically using prestidigitation.
Pretty much, yeah.
And that was amusing to me because it's such a nothing spell. I
It's
do
all about
like
how you use it.
I do like the approach to how they did for that instance a tuning.
Yeah, that's something that people don't really do a lot in Magic settings. They don't do a tuning, so you kind of get
the
this
fact that
impression
they
that
actually
you
like
just pick up anything and
specifically
use it.
pointed it out. It's like I have to attune to it. I can't just use it.
Oh, I see a wolf, but I can't get it because I'm getting chased by this stupid golem.
There was a 1-star wolf around here, but it got away.
How are the wolves in the hole?
I mean, they died a while ago.
Yeah, they died a long time ago.
I didn't know.
They all died.
I only
That's
heard
weird.
that one died.
Yeah, they all died. I probably should have
Eventually,
covered the
we had
hole.
one left, and a drake just hovered over the hole and murdered it as soon as it became tame.
Yeah, I probably should have covered the hole. To be fair.
Always cover the hole.
But yeah, it sucks that there's probably not going to be another of the new movies. Oh hi.
So would I say people should watch Honor Among Thieves? Yeah, do it. Watch it.
Absolutely.
Good time.
I'd also recommend it. You know what else I'd recommend?
Your face.
Dune from 1984. I love it. I love that movie. Lost joke.
But would you marry it?
No, because it's a filthy whore. But you know, I only want pure. I want pure girls for me.
It's a dusty
Girls and
whore.
boys.
Sand everywhere.
Which Dune movie was the one where the Bene Gesserit just yell and murder people?
That's the old one
With their
because
voice.
the voice stuff was only in the old. It was only in the movie. It wasn't in the books at all.
So the voice stuff. I didn't catch the reason why that was a thing, like why they just have mind control voices. But in the scene from part 1, Paul and his mom are captured by, I missed who they were, just bald-headed people. I guess the previous house.
Yeah, Harkonnen.
Harkonnen.
Yeah.
Harkonnen. So they're in the ship. They're being taken off and intended to be killed or whatever the plan was. And you got these big, huge, bald-headed guys kind of like controlling the situation. But there's one guy in a chair who like whips around, who has the most unexpected voice I would have I expected something else from a man looking like him. See if I can remember how it was. It was like very, very high pitched and like unassuming. I was like, that's what he sounds like.
They're very much
Isn't
meant
he
to be.
deaf?
He might be.
I don't. No, he wasn't deaf because the voice thing worked on him too, or however the voice thing works. But it was just, you know, you got the other two guys who are very deep, gravelly, kind of sounding, and then you got this guy, and I'm just like, that's unexpected.
But I might die. Nope. I'm okay. I say as I hear dragons. I think that they might have been deaf. I think the whole thing is that he was able to like get through. They were able to like get through his deafness, or maybe he just wasn't deaf enough. Do we want another dragon egg? We want more than one.
I put one down at the bottom of the anti-tower because it's one of those non-portal items, and they're also like 200 units heavy, so they're very heavy.
My God, I have two here, and I can't carry both of them.
Yeah, I grabbed two because I forgot we have double spawn.
I can't even carry one here. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me mark this area so I can come back.
I think we only need one for Mark.
I have too
Pretty
much
sure
stuff. I need to go
we'll
drop stuff off. I got a bunch of obsidian for myself. That's what's weighing me down. It's not very far from the base though, so I'll just come back.
Okay. There was one other movie I watched yesterday because I think I watched at least 3, and this one I didn't know anything about. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
Again, kind of like with Dune, it had a sequel out recently as a part 2. It's called Code 8.
Dragons are dead. I feel like I might have
knocked down this rock.
Okay, I'll just let you. Just leave you to it then. I feel like I've heard of that before, but I couldn't tell you
It's based off of a short
what it is.
film. I think it's based off, if I read correctly, it's based off a short film from Canada that got made into a more feature-length film. It is kind of like a weird mix between like X-Men and I want to say The Boys, in the sense that it's centralized around a particular drug. If you are familiar with like some elements of what The Boys is about,
The boys.
other
Yeah,
than
I
being
watched
kind of
I even
other.
watched the spin-off.
So
Just
Code 8 is a superhero movie, but not quite. Meaning, they're super powered beings, but they have like I might have missed why they are a thing, but it's basically if you're a superpowered being, you have to be registered to the government, kind of thing. So a little bit of X-Men in there, and it follows one particular character who is basically just a guy struggling to make ends meet. He's like a day worker. He does odd jobs,
You're a wolf.
but
I'm not there anymore.
It's the one-star wolf.
woof. But this guy's basically using his powers as like how they work. The guy in particular, is an electric powered guy, so he does things
Okay.
that require for him to use electric powers for like construction.
We have a one-star wolf trapped, but I'm trapped with it. I'm on the ladder,
Okay, hold on. I'm coming.
and there's a golem above me, so I can't leave.
I'm coming. I'm coming. You know, it takes me a while to get anywhere. Gonna have to kill this golem. Oh, there's no workbench here. God damn it. Craig.
All right. Where's Michael? Where?
Get parried, bitch. I have not seen The Boys, but I think we've had this conversation before.
Oh, yeah.
That's just
I think
why I
the
have not
fault-
seen The Boys.
I threw
default-
meat down there. I can just hang out here.
Alright, but I'm going to cover. Because, otherwise...
I don't have enough raspberries. That's why. I think I know what it is about. What
You want to shoot the non-star wolf? Because it's almost dead. Do we want to tame both of them?
Yes, because when they mate, the mated one will be a starred, and then we can just kill
Alright.
the non-star wolf after that, or keep it. You know. Oh, I have no more wood. Do we have any wood here? Oh, here's a log. Yes. Alright. There's more wolves, it sounds like. so be careful. Oh yeah, there's wolves coming. Behind us.
The Boys is absolutely terrible to watch with family members.
I would
Oh, no, I
think so, yeah.
It is not a something you just watch casually.
It's like a terrible looking roof, but I mean that's, you know, we don't really need to look pretty.
And the whole like the Gen Z spin-off kind of just sucked. Did you watch that, Craig?
No.
Or you didn't even feel tempted to?
Yeah. I don't really watch anything anymore. If
Oh,
I
fair
did,
enough.
maybe I would have been a little tempted, but I gave up on the boys anyway, so.
I guess this is fine.
Well, how come?
Oh, werewolf.
I just,
Ow.
I just wasn't as into it anymore.
I need a bit more wood. There is a stump here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're gonna do for the new season. I feel like the writers got weirded out that people liked Homelander.
Golem. Ow.
It is a little weird because he's not supposed to be a likable character, but I don't think that's why people like him.
People like him because they're fucking psychopathic.
People prefer a psychopath to the obnoxiously
Ow.
moralistic current year protagonist.
I need to go drop more stuff off, so I'm gonna go back. The wolf should be safe enough for now, as long as you don't get a golem to knock that stuff down.
Yeah, but somebody has to hang around anyway for them to actually tame, so.
Yeah. Let's see. Go to these. Go to these, actually.
They're taming down there, I just can't see the percent from here.
Yeah. It takes basically about half an hour, as long as they're like continually doing it and they have enough food. Do you need more food? I have some more meat if you need it.
I can see the meat that's down there, so
Okay.
if it runs out, I'll tell you.
We currently have 30 wolf hides. Take this. 41 claws. Fangs, sorry.
Do tamed wolves fight non-tamed wolves?
Don't know. Guess we're gonna find out.
They'll probably get blasted there.
Is there like a wolf stew, or is it just we do raw wolf meat? I think it's just raw wolf meat, isn't it?
In order to check, I think we need to make the butcher's table, like, the workstation level increase for the cook pot. But I don't have the materials, because it's a new thing we just unlocked.
Ancient bark, core wood, and silver and fine wood. We have plenty of materials. Of course, it's silver, so we have to do it in the castle.
Or isn't that why you're building the castle?
I guess so. Oh yeah, I have seeds. I think I can plant onions here, right? Jesus Christ. Water.
What?
The where we have this base, it's the water is constantly like coming up on to the land.
Ah. Well, the castle. Or your old one.
The old one.
Why do I have this many? That's weird.
You want to build a bridge from the castle down to that Black Forest area and level it and make a farm there?
Might not be a bad idea. Of course, then it just means that we'll never come back here. My nice base that I made.
Well, it's up to you.
I mean, I sort of come back here.
No, I'm...
Make a new base.
No, we'll just leave it. We'll just leave this stuff here. We've got so many things planted. It's not, you know, hard to transport stuff. The food and stuff. We need more room in the castle, though. What we really need is to get rid of half those smelters in the castle and start laying actual floor so we can put more stuff in there. Because as it is, the castle is not especially usable.
Well, before the wolf thing, I was collecting stone to build the castle with.
Is there a bunch of stone still left in the mountain? I can go start
There's a
grubbing it up.
shit ton of stone lying around everywhere where I had golems chasing me and breaking rocks for me.
I'll go start grabbing it up then. I know there's a bunch of stone like down here, or at least there used to be. It might have despawned. Stuff does despawn after a while. If it's not within a base.
Takes forever though.
They can hear you running around over there.
Well. Tough. Tough cookies.
Why are your cookies tough? Put them in milk.
What are you building here?
I'm going to make another portal hub because
Oh, nice.
our portals are a little scattered from each other.
Yeah.
Well, the castle is a portal hub. Why would we have more than one portal hub?
Because all of our portals are over here.
Also, the portals are
Oh.
kind of taking up a lot of space in the castle, which again, we're lacking in.
We should just consolidate the portals into one place.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, we should. I agree.
Into one place that can't be attacked by trolls.
Just put a fence up around it.
Or we could use a place that's already like that and has all our crafting stuff in it. If you're consolidating the portals into one place that's not the castle, then you're stealing portals away from the castle.
These portals aren't at the castle.
Well, alright then.
And we could just have one portal at the castle to save room that goes to the big portal place.
Also, this is not a commune. I gathered all the settling cores.
Not all of them.
The vast majority of them.
We have a lot of wolf pelts now, by the way.
Good. Now hang them up. Show them. Show them what we will do to them. Let them know.
We have almost 2 entire rock piles. That is the new rock piles worth.
The rock pile 2.
No, the new rock piles, because they're containers with slots, it means they can hold more than just a single regular rock pile. Which is kind of nice.
I wonder if there's a skill that lets you mine more or something.
Oh, I mean like one of the hunt skills?
Yeah.
Maybe? Maybe the
Sounds like a new boss.
maybe the new boss?
That's way off, I think.
Yeah, we're a ways off from that. We're not actually too far away, but we are away.
We have Motor, the giant skeleton, and then that boss.
We only have, I think, basically one more tier of armor, because when I was testing the mods, I went to our old world and used my old character, you know, from the last time we played this. And we're only like, you know, one tier off from where we left off. So Maybe 2 tiers. I think it's just 1 though. It had the we had the padded armor on, which I think is only just above what we have now. God, there's so much stone here. And plenty more to get. I don't know what we're gonna do with these wolves, though. Guess, you know, I was gonna say we could have them help with motor, but I don't think they're gonna be able to because motor flies. But also, we would have to, you know, transport them there.
Well, we can farm them for whatever stuff we need, and we can also
That's
bring them
true.
to the plains to the south.
That's true. They'll be really helpful in the plains because they do attack. And you can name them too, I think, when they're tamed. But you know, taming wolves is something that we've never done before because it wasn't in last time we played it. So it's nice to be able to do more
It
things.
was.
Was it? Just
Yeah.
never tame anything?
I think we did.
I don't remember taming anything.
Yeah, I don't remember either.